एक ओंकार सतनाम करता पुरख निरभव निर्वैर अकाल मूरत जुनी सहभं गुर प्रसाद जप all such to God such happy such Nanak hosi be such एक कदती गुरु नानक देवा ओंकार गुरु अंगद पेवा सतनाम गुरु अमर प्यारे करता रामदास गुरबारे पुरख श्री अर्जन सुखदानी निरपो हर गोबिंद गुण खानी निर्वैर गुरु है श्री हर राय अकाल मूर्त हर कृष्ण ते आए अर्जुनी तेग बहादुर राय सहपांग गुरु दसमें सहाय गुर प्रसाद ग्रंथ गुरु ज्ञाना वाहे गुरु बंदन भगवाना गुरु ग्रंथ कल जुग पयो श्री गुरु रूप महान दस पातशाह एहो रूप है गुरु ग्रंथ जी जान पूर्ण देखियो आत्मा द्वैत सर्वनिवार पै शांत मन शांत तिन पद नमो मार मुँह को चढ़े शास्त्र खाट पेंकर चढ़ जाए अंध लखे बदरो सुने जो काल कृपा कराए कहा बोध प्रभु तुझ हमारी बन सके मैं जो तारी हम ना सकर से तुम्हारी आप ले हो तुम कथो सदारी सो का होटल गुरु सेविय अहन सहज सभाए दर्शन परचय गुरु के जन्म मरण दुख जाए दर्शन परचय गुरु के जन्म मरण दुख जाए वाहिगुरु
सतनाम श्री वाहिगुरु साहिब जी गावे को तान होवे किसे तान गावे को दात जाने निशान गावे को गुण वड़ियाइयाँ चार गावे को विद्या विक्रम विचार गावे को साज करे तन खे गावे को जिय ले फिर दे गावे को जापे दिसे दूर गावे को विखे हादरा हदूर कथना कथी न आवे तोट कथ कथ कथी कोटि कोट कोट तिंदा दे लैन दे तक पाहे जुगा जुगंतर खाही खाए हुक्मी हुक्म चलाए राहो नानक विकसे वे प्रवाहो
वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह गुरु सत्संग जी वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह. Today we're continuing on the Katha of the Sri Japji Sahib. We're in the third Pauri, and in the last Katha we had just finished off the fifth definition with regards to the merit that somebody obtains through the praise of Vaheguru. And we had got up to the point where Maharaj had explained about those different people and what they'd gained. The last line was Gave ko vekhe hadra hadur, that those people who sing the praises of Vaheguru, they get to see God in omnipresence, they get to see Him everywhere. And this today we're going to carry on from this point. And the Siddhs then asked Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji, they said, okay, they said, how much is the praise of Vaheguru? How much is there? And Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji said, it is endless, it is continuous, it never ends. It can never come to an end. And Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji reply,
कथना कथी न आवे तोट.
They say, look, the Katha itself can never come to an end. It never comes to cease. It will continue forever. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji says,
कथ कथ कथी कोटि कोट कोट.
now here Guru Nanak Dev Ji says, Kath Kath Kathi, Koti Kot Kot. Now here they're saying, look, the praise of Vaheguru, even if you get thousands and hundreds and thousands and millions of people or endless people to go and do the Katha of Vaheguru, to go and commentate upon Vaheguru, to eulogize upon Vaheguru, to deliberate upon Vaheguru, to deliberate on just the qualities of God, let alone anything else, or let alone the qualities that He's placed into this world or into the galaxy. They're endless, let alone talking about God Himself. And Maharaj says that they are endless. The eulogy is endless, that nobody will be able to fully comprehend or eulogize the praise of Vaheguru. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji say, Katha Katha Kathi. You know what they're saying here is, in the past there have been hundreds and thousands or infinite numbers of people who have praised Vaheguru. And we see that through the religious scriptures, through the Purans, through the Veds, through the Shastras, through the Anjil, through the Torah, through the Jabur, through the Quran, through the Tampadas. And these are just the scriptures that we're aware of. You know, there are cultures out there who've known about the infinite forever, but were unable to write it down. It's only when the point in society has come that knowledge has been able to be written down and a language has been put together that we're aware of. There are eons and eons of praise prior to this. The Padam Puran and the Matsya Puran, they both state that we are now in the 5th age. We're now in a 5th age that we are aware of, that the deities are aware of. Because prior to this age have been other galaxies have formed and been destroyed. This is the 5th time that this Vishnu or this Brahma is aware of. Obviously you've had Brahmas come and go. You know, Gurbani states Kalpai Brahma Bhaktara, Kalpai Shivju Avtara, Kalpai, you know. And then Sri Guru Gobind Singh Ji says Ek Shiv Pa Ek Hai Fir Ek Hai, Ram Chandra Krishna Ke Avtar Vi Anek Hai, that they're endless. The avatars are endless. But it says in there that we're on the 5th time, where 5 times this world has been destroyed, 5 times this has come back to life in the cycle of this Brahma. And here it says in the past that many people have tried to eulogize God, but they could not find an end. And now, Katha. So now in the present day, there are people still doing it now. We're doing it now here. YouTube is full of people trying to praise God through different languages, through different means, through different religions, different types of spirituality. And still there is no end. And in the future, again, this will continue. The praise of Vaheguru will continue. More research will be done, more Katha will be done, more commentaries will be created, more religions will come into light, more religions will disappear, but the praise of God will continue, and still nobody will find an end. And Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji is saying, look, you need to understand within all 3 time frames, even if you put all of them together, there will not be enough praise done to come to an end point, but the praise of Vaheguru will continue. And I said, okay, that's fine. What you're mentioning is the human beings. You're talking about the human beings in this world and the amount of praise that they have done. But what about the deities? The deities must have come to an end. They must have come to an understanding of God through their praise. And Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji says, look, there have been millions, endless amounts of Vishnu. You know, he says, Ram Chandra Krishna Avtar Vi Anek Hai, that there are many, many manifestations of Vishnu's avatars, such as Ram and Krishna. They have all come and gone. They've all sang the praise of God. But even then, countless times Vishnu has done the praise of Vaheguru, but he's still not seen an end. Same with Brahma, same with Shiva. They've found no end. It is endless, and they see it as endless. It doesn't matter whether they've been doing it from the start of their time, they still not have found an end. And Gurbani states it. Gurbani, especially Sri Guru Gobind Singh Ji in the Jab Sahib, they say, they say in there, the people of the 3 realms, those people who reside within the 3 realms, so here they say the Sur are the deities, Nar are the people, Asur are the demons. So what they've done is they said the people of the 3 realms, all 3 realms, so that includes the demons as well, because they do the praise, they do sing the praise of Vaheguru in order to gain their abilities, whether they're considered demonic or not. They do it because that's the only way they're going to gain their powers. And Sri Guru Gobind Singh Ji says, then they say the next word is the one that counts. Net. Net means it is not thee. It is not thee. Sandhgani Gurbachan Singh Ji states that for when a person is trying to find the soul, say ye ne, hoy this there pare sata hai soy. They say it's not this, it's not that, it's not this. So the truth is further than that. And it's the same when you are praising Vaheguru. Here it says here in net, which means he is not this, he is not this. If you look at the Roman texts and you look at the Greek philosophers, their philosophers, when they are talking about the soul, when they're talking about the infinite God, they use the term neti, which is net, which is exactly the same. They use that same term, neti, which means he is not this, he is not that. And God is far from comprehension. He is far from understanding. And it doesn't matter how many people try to eulogize him in any way, he is endless. And in the same way, you look at the Sri Japji Sahib, according to Sant Gyani Maskeen, Gyani Sant Singh Ji Maskeen, Gyani Sant Singh Ji Maskeen within his Katha states that there are about 700 commentaries that he has seen of the Sri Japji Sahib. And still we are commentating upon that text. It is a small text. It is the first 8 angs, the first 8 limbs of the Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji. It is not even, 1%. 14 pages would have made it 1%. It's not even a 1%. We are talking 0.6% of Gurbani, and there have been 700 commentaries, and commentaries are still ongoing today. The praise of God is endless, and the praise of God will continuously be endless. And Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji is then asked by the Siddhas, said, okay, if what you're saying is correct, and the praise, the commentary, the eulogy of Vaheguru is endless, then God must get tired of giving materialistic objects or gifts to people. And Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji replies,
Dinda de lende tak pahe, Jagat Jugantar khahi khahe.
Here Guru Nanak Dev Ji says, look, Vaheguru does not get tired of giving anything. He is the one that gives everything, but he does not get tired at all. He gives to all beings in all time frames. He gives them food to eat, gives them clothes to wear, gives them the dignity, gives them the knowledge, gives them everything. But he does not get tired. He goes, actually, I think you find every other being gets tired. We get tired because we die. We get tired of giving, of being given stuff. And still, we pass away, and God still continues to give to the world. Food is being given, air is being given, everything is being given by God. He gives everything, and at no point does he get tired. It is the people, it is the receivers that get tired of receiving. There are those people who get tired of receiving food. There's too much food for some people in the world. For some people there's too much heat. For some people there's always too much something. God doesn't get tired of giving. The people get tired of receiving. And Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji says, look, you need to understand that even the greedy individual who is just collecting and collecting and collecting, there are those who have got the money and they can constantly buy and buy and buy. They will get to a point where they will get tired. God does not get tired of giving to them still. They will get tired of receiving, and they will end up passing away and going into the next life. And at some point they will. You get hoarders. You get people who hoard materialistic objects or collections, and they will continue to collect all their life until they reach a point where they go, I'm tired now. I don't want to do this anymore. And that's what Guru Nanak Dev Ji is saying is, look, you need to understand that actually Vaheguru never gets tired. Dinda de lende tak pahe. He continues to give, those continue to receive, they get tired of receiving. Juga Jugantar khahi khahe. He says there are people in the previous realm, in the previous time frames, there are people who are going to be coming, there are people who are here now, there are people in other realms, there are people in other worlds, other galaxies. God continues to give, and they continue to eat and use all the materialistic objects that God gives. And then obviously the Siddhs hearing this have said, right, if that's the case, then is the individual independent or dependent upon God? And then Guru Nanak Dev Ji replies,
Hukumi hukum chalaye raho.
They say, look, Vaheguru is the hukami. God is the one who gives. He is the one who controls all. And it is through his will that he gives everything to the world. And it is his will that is controlling everything that goes on. However, those people who are receiving in accordance to their own merit as well. God continues to give, but a person can only receive if they have good karma from previous actions. If they have bad karma, they'll continue to lose. They might not gain anything. You'll only get merit for previous merit that you have accumulated. And here Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji states that is the difference. He goes, the world is full of gold, the world is full of gold and minerals and all sorts, but it's only that person with good karma that is going to receive them, and those with bad karma will walk over them and miss the opportunities. And so a person needs to understand that God here, he is a human being is independent and dependent at the same time. They're independent from what they receive, but they're dependent upon their own karma. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji carry on, and they say what a person needs to understand is that actually every jeev here is in their own way dependent on Vaheguru creating the gifts for them to have, but their karma being good enough for them to receive it. But otherwise, nobody is independent from what they receive. God puts everything indiscriminately down upon the earth. It is through a person's karma that they receive it. And then the Guru continues.
Nanak vigse ve pravaho.
And Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji says that, look, Vaheguru is the Vipravahi. Vipravahi, he is without care. And he is a person who gives. It's like a person who is playing a game. They're playing a game and they are just watching a game being played. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji is saying here, it's like a child who watches the world, watching his own game being played. And no matter what pieces he knocks over, what pieces are falling, what pieces are being created, it is fun to watch. It is just bliss to watch. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji is saying here that Vaheguru is at Vigsev Prabha. He is seeing everything, but he takes no affection in what is taking place, and at the same time he is not disappointed in what is taking place. Whatever is taking place within the world is according to the karmic retribution that an individual has gained in this life. So those are the definitions given by Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji on this body. But the Siddhs then continue and they ask Vaheguru to say, okay, you've said Katha na kathi na ave tor, Kath kathi koti kot kot. They said Vaheguru is endless, his praise is endless. However, he has put people on all sorts of different paths that he's put them on. So how is a person able to gain Vaheguru? And Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji then goes back into the arts and back into the Bani and recites.
Dinda de lende tak pahe, juga jugantar kahi kahe.
Right, here, Juga Jugantar means Virag, Vivek, Khat Sampati, Mokhicha. It's the four methods, sadhans used in order to gain Vaheguru. And they're saying, look, it is through a person's desire that a person takes upon these four different methods in order to gain Vaheguru. And then Yoga here means to merge. Yoga, it means to merge, to become one. Yoga is a method in order to become one with God. And here it's saying Yoga is to merge, to learn. So what happens is the disciple then merges with these methods, uses these methods in order to become one with God. But in order to do this, they have to first please their Guru. So through Seva, Nishkam Seva, through Seva of the Guru, that you gain everything. And then through this Seva, you gain an Upadesh. You gain a divine sermon. And it's through working through that divine sermon that a person gains all the virtues that they require in order to exist. And this is what I say, Juga Jugantar. So it's the disciple merging with the spiritual discourse. Kahi Kahi, they're eating the spiritual discourse, they're taking it in, they're consuming the discourse and understanding. Dinda de lende takabai. So Dinda de here is the Guru, the Murshid, who is able to give this to the individual. Lende takabai. Those individuals who are receiving this, they are the ones that get tired, because the discourses never stop, it's continuous. And here you have to do the Artha Anave, you have to do Juga Jugantar Kahi Kahi first, and then do Dinda De Lende Takpahi, in order to understand how that works. So what a person does is then they adopt this philosophy, they take in the Gurbani, and then through the Gurbani, or through the Upadesh, then they are able to become one with Vaheguru. an easy way of looking at this in the historical accounts, Bhagat Faridji spends 36 years doing tapasya, 12 years doing a certain methods, 12 years hanging upside down in a well, 12 years doing something else in the jungles, not eating. It's fakiri. What they were doing was they were trying to live off the earth. They weren't eating the food. They were just involved in meditation. But they had no success in becoming one with God. They gained some abilities, but nothing else. So, Bhagat Faridji then, in order to gain these sadhanas, Virag, Sapandi, Moksha, they went to Shah Sharaf, who was their Murshid. Shah Sharaf, he was Vaheguru in a human form. He had come in a manifest form in order to give Bhagat Faridji that knowledge that he needed. Shah Sharaf, when he met Bhagat Faridji, asked him what ability he had to show his ability. And Bhagat Faridji then made the seat that Shah Sharaf was sat on levitate. And Shah Sharaf just put his hand down and brought it back down. He said, "Is that it?" And he said, "Yeah." And he said, "In 36 years, that is all you've been able to receive." And at that point, Bhagat Faridji then started serving Shah Sharaf. Shah Sharaf gave him the Upadesh. There are other Sakhis that go with Bhagat Faridji with their eye, giving their eye to prostitutes and all sorts of things. We'll cover those at some point. But Shah Sharaf was able to give him the spiritual discourse that he required. And Bhagat Faridji consumed this. They ate this like the jaggery sugar that they used to like to eat. And through that ability, they were able to become one with God. And here, Guru Nanak Dev Ji is telling the Siddhs exactly the same thing, that you need to adopt somebody who is going to give you that knowledge. The problem with Vedanta is this. Vedanta is knowledge that is gained through text, where you do not require a guru. All it does is makes a person egotistical. And if they do that, then they're not going to become one with God. So Guru Nanak Dev Ji explains that here, and then they go on further. They say,
Hukmi hukum chalaye raho.
They say, look, hukmi hukum. They say, here the hukmi is the guru, the murshid. And it is through their hukum, their will that they have imparted, their hukum that they've given to the disciple, that a person gains the virag, vivek, kartsapadi. They gain these sorts of things, but they gain the knowledge of virag, which is dispassion, vivek, which is wisdom, which is wisdom where you can understand and exercise. This is right. This is wrong. This is not in the benefits of anything. It is through that knowledge that the Guru imparts. It is through his hukum that you gain this. And here, when we talk about the hukum, we talk about Raith. Guru Gobind Singh Ji says, Raith pyari mujhko sikh nahi pyara. That is through the Raith that is given, the code of conduct that is given by the Guru in order to gain virag vivek. So Guru Nanak Dev Ji says that here. They say the hukami is the Guru, and the hukum is his will that the student has to follow. Chalahe raho. This is the path that a person must go on. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji continues.
Nanak vigse ve pravaho.
Guru Nanak Dev Ji says, look, what happens then is, Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji is stating here that the great disciple, the Uttam Jagyasu, the disciple who has become knowledgeable, knows everything, he gains Vaheguru, who is the Vepravaho. He is the one that becomes one with God and becomes totally blissful in every way. And these are the definitions that are given within the Sattavali Gali Poti by Sant Amir Singh Ji, Sant Kirpal Singh Ji. And we're going to end the definitions here for the third party, and next time we're going to go into the Taksali Poti. So, Kamalpreet Singh, if you can read the Pauri, please, and we'll do the Mangals and close up, please.
Gave ko taan, hove kise taan, gave ko daat, jane nisan, gave ko gun vudiyaiyan char, gave ko vidya vikam vichar, gave ko saaj kare tan ke, gave ko jiye le fir de, gave ko jape dise dur, gave ko vekhe hadra hadur, कथना कथी न आवे तोट कथ कथ कथी कोटि कोट कोट जिंदा दे ले दे तक पाहे जुगा जुगंतर खा ही खाए हुक्मी ਹੁਕਮ ਚਲਾਏ ਰਾਹੋ, ਨਾਨਕ ਵਿਗਸੇ ਵੇ ਪੁਰਵਾਹੋ।
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਹੇ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਹੇ ਗੋਪਾਲ ਹੇ ਦਿਆਲ ਲਾਲ, ਪ੍ਰਾਨਨਾਥ ਅਨਾਥ ਸਖੇ ਦੀਨ ਦਰਦ ਨਿਵਾਰ। ਹੇ ਸਮਰੱਥ ਅਗਮ ਪੂਰਨ ਮੋਹਿ ਮੈਂ ਆਧਾਰ, ਅੰਧਕੂਪ ਮਹਾਭਿਆਨ ਨਾਨਕ ਪਾਰਿ ਉਤਾਰ। ਆਏ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਸਰਨਾਗਤੀ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਨਿਧ ਦਿਆਲ, ਏਕ ਅੱਖਰ ਹਰ ਮਨ ਵਸਤ ਨਾਨਕ ਹੋਤ ਨਿਹਾਲ। ਏਕ ਅੱਖਰ ਹਰ ਮਨ ਵਸਤ ਨਾਨਕ ਹੋਤ ਨਿਹਾਲ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।